What's going on, family? It's David here with Light Power. Shine so someone can see you. Yes, you can shine too. And in this video, we're discussing how to start believing in yourself. And this is a concept, this is a topic that is a must need to speak on because we have to get over a lot of the blockades that we have set up for ourselves from our families, from our culture, whatever you want to have. So how do you start believing in yourself? Well, family, from my personal experience, it takes a lot of grit to get started doing something new that no one has seen before, because whenever you're doing something that's outside of the box, people are going to project their way of thinking or project their understanding onto you and look at you and say, what are you wasting your time doing that for? How are you supposed to make a living? How are you supposed to do this? How are you supposed to do that? When are you going to get this? When are you going to get that? But they're missing the things that are actually present. What problem you're solving, what improvement are you adding to society, what new skill are you developing for yourself that you can help others by mastering. They miss out on those amazing topics, and they focus on the really little ones. So when you want to start believing in yourself, you have to realize, number one, you have to distinguish your thoughts and thoughts that help you proceed versus everybody else's thought. It could be your mom's thought, it could be your dad's thought, it could be your sister's thought, auntie's thought. It don't matter whose thought it is if it's not moving us towards our goal. So what we have to do is we have to distinguish other people's thoughts, people who've been able to create change or create improvements, and then those who have never tried because they're not able to realize that they can yet. So that would be the first thing. It'd be able to distinguish the thoughts. And then number two is, once you've been able to realize, when a thought comes in, it's not helping you, then you know what to do with it. Like, you hear it, but it doesn't strike a chord. It doesn't resonate. You know what I'm saying? And you find this maturity. It comes like spiritual maturity. It's like you hear it, you understand what the person is saying, you know why they're saying it, and you know why it's not meant for your story. And then it just goes to this other slot in the brain somewhere and just goes somewhere else. And then you're still focused. Like, that's what you're going to have to be able to do. But then where do you get that re-encouragement from? Well, that's number two. That's going to be about your circle, like around you. Like, the people that are most influencing your life have to be people that are have the people that are influencing you. So number two would be your circle. Like, your circle, where do you get your information from? Who's speaking to you every day? You know what I'm saying? How do those people see themselves? Are those people practicing self-love? Because if they are, there's a good chance they could teach you self-love. But if they're not, chances are they're not going to be able to show you self-confidence and self-love. They're going to show you the exact opposite, like doubt and lack of confidence. You know what I'm saying? It's very fine line, but this is what it is. Number two, you got to check your circle. So, like, if you don't have any physical people in your circle that are motivating you, finding their own dreams and knocking them out the park, then from my personal experience, like I said, I started finding these people on the internet. So I didn't necessarily need to be right next to them. I didn't necessarily need to know them personally, but hearing their message, hearing their understanding their message gives you a way of understanding the way that they think, and then by applying that to your own philosophy, that helps you become more grounded in what you believe that you can do. Because when you hear another person say, yeah, I just finished a 3 mile run in 9 minutes, and you had been trying to do it for 9 minutes for the last 10 years. Once you hear someone else has done it, it re-encourages you that it's possible. So when you see another person, another young person, create any type of vision, dream, or goal, business, anything, it re-encourages you psychologically that it is possible. So you have to spend your time finding people that resonate with your energy, resonate with your spirit, people that you like what they're doing. Like, you like the impact that they're adding to the world. You like the impact that they're portraying. Like, it's hard to create something in these times, especially if you get so distracted. Yeah, so you have to check your circle. If you don't have nobody in your circle, you have to put people in your circle. If you can't get them physically, you have to digest their content. So there's so many people. I could literally talk about them for hours if I wanted to say people you could find. Maybe I'll do that in another video or in the comments below. But yeah, so that's number two, your inner circle. And then number three is the words you tell yourself. The words you tell yourself. And that's number three. I'm not sure if that's the best number three, but I feel like it should be the best. The words you tell yourself come from the thoughts that are already in, I would say, the thoughts that are already wrapped up in your subconscious mind. So if you don't believe in yourself, and you've never been taught to believe in yourself, You have to teach you to believe in yourself. You can learn from other people like we talked about in number 2, but you have to be the one that confirm the thoughts that you have about your business, about your idea, about your vision, about your goal. You have to be the one to tell yourself, this is going to work. Oh, it's going to work. And when you hear somebody say it's not going to work, you have to tell yourself they don't realize how well it's going to work. Like, you just have to put in the box the frame perspective that's going to let you see the goal and meet the goal. Because if you think for 1 second that you're not going to be able to make it because this person said it, first of all, this person has no fact or intuition to be listening to what they're talking about. They're actually speaking just from what they see. And you can't believe what you see all the time. So they don't have the spirit of fire that's burning inside of you to make a statement or an opinion or have anything to say about it. Although they can, freedom of speech, right? But it shouldn't ever get into your mental factory, because you're not going to be able to produce nothing with it. So with that being said, you have to re-encourage yourself. I do this personally by affirmations. I got some affirmations on Light Power on YouTube. That was the first one I did, but I normally just speak to myself in the mirror in the morning at least. And then I also listen to motivational speeches. I mean, and the circle, like, I mean, once you realize that every person is kind of like a plant, and you can like move even though you're still planted, but then when you're next to another plant, like you cross pollinate. You know what I mean? That's thoughts. Let's say I go somewhere and they're having a conference, an entrepreneurial conference. You can imagine the pollination that's going on. It's about, oh wow, possibilities, hustle, grind, transform the world, invoke change, impact, transformation. All these thoughts are going around because everybody's feeling that vibe of, whoa, I'm here to do, I'm here to do, I'm here to do. And then if you go to like, another place where there is no inspiration, you can feel the vibe there. The vibe there is probably going to be like, what are we doing? What is it next to do? It's not going to be driven. It's not going to be pushing. So when you understand this, the people you're around is just like it being in a garden. If that plant's dying, it can't really cross-pollinate with you, because when the bee lands on you and it's full and it's loaded and it's going somewhere else, it's not going to get nothing from a dead plant. So also weeds, like you could be around weeds just drain energy. They don't actually produce anything that the energy could be used for. So just imagine a garden and you're planting trees or vegetables and you got weeds there. Like, the weeds are going to slow down the growth of the plants, and that's exactly how these negative people are that are not going to be in your circle. I'm so happy that it is like that. My circle's full of abundant trees, abundant roots. Like, we are grounded in the possibility of success. And once you start incorporating these things into your mental philosophy, it's not going to take too long before you realize who's actually pouring water on your plant and who's stepping on it, or who's lighting your fire or fueling your fire, rather than who's pouring water on it. So once you understand these things, it's like you just have a new understanding of environment. But all in a nutshell, family, this is a couple ways, 3 ways that you can start believing in yourself, and they can't really be taken out. So I think this is a great video. And if you think it's a great video, hit that like button, drop a comment, and let me know if any of these 3 things are your favorite thing. And if they're not, let me know what your favorite thing is to start believing in yourself. Affirmations, being around the right people, noticing the wrong thoughts and getting them out of your mind and out of your mental factory are probably some key players. Let me know if you have any key players, because we're trying to shine so everyone else can too. So somebody's going to see your comment and someone's going to be uplifted to see your way of looking at it. And with that being said, family, keep a healthy perspective. Shine so someone can see you. Yes, you can shine too. And I'll talk to you again soon. Peace.